Hi guys, Angie Nash here. I know it's been a while since you've seen much from me other than the occasional link or like or post or what have you from mostly other people. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff this year, especially mental health stuff. Thankfully, I have teamed up with a fellow mental health advocate, Artemage84, you may know him by. We've been doing a lot of content recording together actually, which is one of the reasons that I am doing this post today. I subscribed to his channel and I noticed that he had posted a vlog on where he's at lately. And I've been thinking about hosting a vlog to kind of touch base with my fan base and just to kind of get it out there. So because I saw that he posted his, I decided that that was enough of a fire under my butt that maybe I should post something too. We've been doing a lot of stuff together, mostly YouTube creation stuff. He has his own channel, which you'll see most of the content posted directly there. I'll do some commercials and stuff here, I'm sure, and links over to him. And it's been really helpful to do something creative and game inspiring, and some of it's just mental health advocacy, and it's been a lot of fun too. And it's good to feel, I don't know, needed, but not so dependent upon that if I can't do something that I feel like I'm letting the world down. Because unfortunately, with my physical and mental health problems, I am not the world's most dependable human. But it's been really nice to get stuff done. And not hardly any of it has hit publication yet, just the mental health advocacy stuff that we did, I think, during Vita, Vlog Everyday April. But we're working on some stuff together. One of the series that he's working on is called Noob Nonsense. I won't bother trying to explain it in case I get it wrong, but we've been doing specifically some Minecraft content and some, what's the scary one he's got me playing? Dead Space. I don't like horror games, and there's a lot of jump scares and a lot of me squealing and a lot of me being very tense, and you'll have a lot of fun with that. And we did a little bit of a distraction, like a palette cleanser, something called Explosion Man. That was a little bit fun. I don't like platform jumpers often because I have a hard time with left hand, right hand coordination when my health is bad, and just hand-eye coordination at all. But it's been a lot of fun, and we get together at least once a week, sometimes more depending on his schedule and my schedule. So you'll get to see some content coming up soon, I hope. Cross fingers. He has to do all the editing because I'm technologically crippled, so I have no idea when it's going to be ready for processing, but it'll be soon, I hope. It's been a light at the end of the rainbow for me because I've been dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of other people's drama to the point where I actually had to cut off my entire marriage and blood family except for 2 people. I have been needing to do it for a really long time, and if it was someone who wasn't me that came to me with this problem, I would have said, sweetie, why are you still associating with these people that are draining you lifelessly? And I think a lot of it was just I was afraid to admit that my family was bad for me. I wanted what we used to have. But it's been since like 2005 since we've really had anything remotely close to that, and we're in 2017 now, so it's about time I faced reality. It was not so much a hard decision to come to as it took me just having the bravery to take the action and then deal with the fallout. Thankfully, there hasn't been too much fallout because I happened to have also just moved, and they didn't know my new address. They have no idea where I am. I ended up having to change my phone number for other reasons, so it was a good sort of drama cleanser of not having to deal with blocking their phone number or dealing with text messages or phone calls or what have you. Same thing on Facebook. I've cleansed them off of Facebook. Occasionally I'll get a family member trying to re-add me and I just block them as I go. I have my privacy settings set so they can't see what's going on anyway, but it's been hard. Kitty, stop making so much noise. I'm busy. Sorry, animal interruptions. 3 cats, 2 rats, and occasionally a dog, so yeah. So things like working with Artimage to create game content and things like, so I do a lot of crochet for both mental health help and for pain management, and because it's fun. And I have 2 charities that I work with on a regular basis for creating hats and scarves for the homeless here in Hamilton, as well as I've now teamed up with Artimage does something called Extra Life. I don't know all of the ins and outs of it largely because my memory is crap, so I often forget the details. But it's a game-based and like geek-based organization that they do their charity donations to different children's hospitals. We will be working together, Artimage and I, and our donations will be going to McMaster's Children's Hospital here in Hamilton. My job is essentially going to be helping him with social media marketing and whatnot because I'm really good at that. And I will be doing some crochet to give him items that he can auction off to help kickstart the funding process. So I've been asking my friends and networking people for either monetary or yarn donations to go towards the supplies to make things. So we've started picking up patterns of different geek-related ideas, and I'm really excited because I got my first yarn donation today. So I got a big stash of yarn, and I get to start working on that. And yes, it's just a little thing, but you know what? When you deal with physical and mental health problems, just take every freaking up you can, okay? I started working on crocheting stuffies today too, so like stuffed animals. I'm working on something called a silly monster, I think it's called. And I'll post some pictures or what have you as I go. Right now it's literally just 2 little ovals. I have barely started. But it's the first time that I've worked in a 3-dimensional object other than a wearable object. So, like, this is going to be a stuffed animal, I assume, about this big-ish. Because a lot of the stuff that I intend to do for Artimage for Extra Life is going to be, like, geek stuffies. So I'm really excited to do that. And eventually I'll be able to give those to my nieces and nephews. Yes, I know I just said that I ixnayed my family, but I have other family that I've adopted since I've been living in Southern Ontario for most of my adult life. So a lot of them are geeks by association. Their parents are geeks and they are starting to get old enough to have geek likes and dislikes of their own. So that'll be fun. There's actually a local game store that I am hoping to make some geek paraphernalia for as well, either as decoration or as incentives for some of their in-house tournaments. I don't have permission to name drop them, so I'm not going to do it yet, but if I speak to the store owner and he doesn't mind, I'll do that too. What else have I been up to? So I moved in with my girlfriend, whose lovely artwork you can see on the wall. She doesn't create the art, this is just the art that she likes. Can you tell we have some similar tastes? She's amazing. I don't know what else to say about her that isn't breaching confidentiality. So it's her cats and rats that you'll often hear me talk about, and you'll see some pictures on my Twitter and whatnot. And I love having my fur babies around. I've got 3 cats, the twins, the black and whites, and a ginger and white tabby. And the 2 rats, a white one and a gray and white one. I don't know, they keep me company, along with the Yogscast, because always the Yogscast is keeping me company. Thanks, guys, you're amazing. I know that you do it for the fun of it and whatnot, but yous are a bunch of salty guys and girls, and it's like having my friends around. So on a really bad recluse day, it's nice to just have your voice in the background, so thanks. Keep doing what you do. I don't know. I eat, I cook, I clean, I drink, I medicate, I lather, I rinse, I repeat. With all the family stress, I have not been sleeping very well at all, so I'm not getting restorative sleep. So my brain and my body rebels more and more every day. I'm going through a bout of leaching spoons every single day. Today is actually the clearest that my mind has been for probably a couple of weeks, and it's been nice. I'm stuttering a little bit with my language, you can tell by all of the ums and words that are probably not the right words, but you'll understand what I'm talking about. Which is why I actually started the Little Monster Guide today, because it's learning a lot of new crochet techniques. And my mind really hasn't been clear enough to learn new things. So I'm excited to be able to leap on that opportunity today. And I'm doing everything I can to just keep my chin above water as I deal with a lot of internal crap. When I'm conscious, I'm mostly fine emotionally. Borderline personality disorder, you're up and down all over the place no matter what. But my medication helps me to self-regulate, and the skills that I picked up in the dialectical behavioral therapy classes that I took earlier this year have definitely been helping. And the change in living arrangements too. A lot of people know that I used to live with 6 adults and a child all under the same roof. That includes myself. And while there was certainly some interpersonal drama, a lot of it was just, like when you get that many people in one living space, there's just times when everything is loud when you don't want it yet loud, and things are too quiet when you don't want them too quiet, and what have you. So it's nice to just have just me and the girlfriend and the critters here, and then have my other people over when I want them here. And I don't know, it's strange because I'm sort of living alone, because like I'm in an open poly relationship and my girlfriend has other partners that she's often over at, and that's fine. I'm cool with it. I love it. I love that she is as happy as she is, and I'm all about compersion. Y'all know that about me. So I'm happy that she's happy. But it's just strange for me because I'm not used to spending so much alone time. It's not a problem, it's just a change, and it's taking some getting used to. I don't know, it's just weird to have this much me time, I guess, and I'm struggling to not overdo things. I'm not getting the restorative sleep I need right now, so I don't have the spoons to spend on all the projects that I want to do, and I'm having to be really self-regulating insofar as how much energy I spend, which thankfully I'm a lot better at these days. But it's just weird to sit here and do nothing for stretches of a time when there's so much to do and I just want to do it. I am a go-getter. I always have been. There are days when I don't want to do anything, but those days are few and far between. I have been working on my bilingual skills, French, English. So obviously I'm very fluent in English, usually, sort of, kind of. But I've been brushing up my French skills. One of my adopted sisters is francophone, and I babysit her boy all the time, and he's bilingual too, so I get to use my French with him and with her. And I've got a few friends that also speak French, so I've been trying to practice with them. And it's good for a lot of reasons. It's actually really good for the cognitive dysfunction that I struggle with the fibromyalgia. And it's just nice to kind of get in touch with my roots without it having to feel so familially related, as my family is not in fact French. But I have French lineage, and that's another story. I'm French, but I'm not, but I am. So it's just nice to be able to, feel tied into the francophone without it having to be attached to childhood memories that are not what I want to be dredging up all the time right now. I don't know, what else? I'm getting out a lot more, like physically active, just walking for the most part. I've actually started using the Samsung activity tracker just to kind of measure what a good day is, what a normal day is, what a, oh my god, you really overdid it day is. It's a little easier to track that. Because I'm really bad at not realizing how much I've been walking until the next day when my body seizes up and says, Angie, you fool, what have you done? I'm getting a lot more natural vitamin D because I'm not in a basement apartment, as you can see by the daylight streaming in. It is a very cloudy day today, so it's not super bright, but still. I have a pool within spitting distance of my house, so I do a lot of swimming. Well, swimming. I don't swim, I wade, and I doggy paddle. Which is actually really good for the fibromyalgia because you're supposed to do low impact activities. So that's been nice. I'm right near a couple of shopping centers, so I don't have to go very far from home on the days that I do need to go out and do errands. Oh, and there's a park right near here, so I can take my nieces and nephews to that when I've got them, so that's nice. And it's a nice way to meet people in the neighborhood because I'm very much a small town girl and then I like to be part of my neighborhood as much as possible. Though I could do without the noise of people all the time. I'm getting used to that again. The difference between living in a house and a house with forced air and an apartment is that I have my windows open a lot, so I hear the people noise a lot. Which is a problem for me because I have sleep issues to begin with, so if people are being loud at night or first thing in the morning, it can be bothersome for me. I don't make a fuss, I get that people are people. But it's just one more thing that I'm getting used to. Other than the mentally stressful dreams that I've been having, my sleep patterns are more or less back to normal. I used to be a night owl hardcore because my then fiance, that's another drama thing, I've dissolved that relationship, was working nights, so I would stay up purposely to spend time with him and would be getting up at 11 o'clock in the morning and not going to bed until 2:33 in the morning. Whereas nowadays I am usually asleep by 11 p.m. and I tend to get up any time between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., depending on my brain activity and what have you, until the nightmares and what not lately. But since May 1st, that was when the move was, and we're July something today. Mid-July, I believe. Sorry, I can't calendar. Yeah, we're mid-July now. So, mid-June, I guess. Mid-June is when the family chaos started for me. So from May 1st to mid-June, so a month and a half, I've been having a pretty decent sleep schedule. And that's been nice. I've definitely noticed the difference that's made on my mental and physical health. I don't know. I'm closing chapters of my life and I'm figuring out where I'm going from here. I'm doing my best to keep up the positive attitude every day that you guys are so used to seeing from me. And for the most part, I succeed. There are days when I am pretty grumpy and I just tend to avoid people because I don't want to snap at someone who doesn't deserve it. And there are days when I start crying for no apparent reason, but that's technically a good thing. It's good for me to get the emotions out. I'm not good at crying for my own reasons. I can cry in empathy. I will cry in relief. I will cry because I stubbed my toe. But not because I'm angry and not because I'm sad. I'm not good at that. It's one of my brain blocks. So just the fact that I'm able to break down crying, even if it's for no apparent reason, I guess it's just sort of, I've been emotionally constipated and it catches up with me and I finally just get it all out at once. So that's technically a good thing. I'm seeing my shrink on a regular basis. I'm up to every 2 weeks for an hour, which seems like backstepping depending on what your experiences is with psychological help, but for me it's actually a good thing. The fact that I'm able to talk about my problems to a completion and get some feedback, and that because everything seems to happen all at once for me, even the 3-week appointments were not enough time to go through everything that had happened in the last 3 weeks that I needed to talk about. There's been stuff that I haven't even gotten to talk to my shrink about yet that, honestly, I've sort of mentioned it in passing, but it's whatever. I know how to deal with that. That's the kind of skills that I have to deal with, but I don't know how to deal with these other things, like this whole closing doors on my family. So I'm doing good. I am making forward progress. I am starting to branch out into different avenues of income and different avenues of charity, like charity work that I'm doing, because I like to be a positive influence on the world around me. I'm making new contacts, new networking friends, new mental health partners, mental health like advocacy partners. That's a hard word to say right now. And I'm just sort of going with the flow, and it's working out pretty good. Hoping that you'll hear from me a little more often going forward. I know there's been a lot of dead space in this one. I've been rambling as opposed to lecturing, which you guys are used to seeing from me. But it's kind of hard to talk about what's inside your head to people who aren't your shrink sometimes. So, questions, comments, concerns, queries, whatever. You know where the comments bar is. And as always, you're always welcome to email me. You can find my email address on my YouTube profile. All right, guys, that's it for me from now. And I guess I'll see you soon. Thanks.